I've been grafting and growing fruit trees for many years. I guess I should say I've been attempting to grow fruit trees. What with one thing and another, such as moving to this home only 4 years ago, none of that has paid off in the form of bountiful harvests of fruit. However, a bigger setback, even than moving and having to dig, transport, and replant trees, is my constant fight with meadow voles. They absolutely destroy young trees by burrowing under the snow to the base of the trees, then girdling them, by chewing the tender bark and, more importantly, the cambium layer just beneath it. This means no nutrients, water, or sugars can flow up the tree's capillaries come spring, and the tree dies. There are few things more frustrating than growing a tree out for several years, and loving how it's developing, only to find one sunny spring day upon yearly inspection that the voles have signed a death warrant for that tree. Each year, for more than I can count, I've put on my end-of-summer to-do list the task of trying to thwart these little menaces. I've never followed through on it. There always seems like there's so much to do, so much to get ready for winter, and somehow this task was always pushed to the bottom of the list. And each spring I go through the same frustrating experience as the snow melts and what I thought was going to be a beautiful tree that would soon begin producing fruit shows signs of damage. Many times, the tree is damaged so badly that it will die within a year. And even when that doesn't happen, the damage sets the tree back substantially. Well, this year, I made this a top priority before real snow fell. In addition to some as yet unused hardware cloth that is still in its package, I also have what was my first ever attempt at an industrial scale salad spinner to wash several pounds of lettuce, spinach, or greens for market. I had this on a wooden dowel that was laid into a cross brace. At the end of the dowel I installed several 90-degree elbows to fashion a handle so I could crank the thing around. It was a terrible design. I remember it worked really well during the test phase, but I quickly realized why. I think I threw a pound of lettuce in the thing for the test, but I was harvesting more than 25 pounds of spinach and 50 pounds of lettuce at a time back then. This thing never had a chance. But I never threw away this metal part because I envisioned someday using it again. I can't just throw away perfectly good metal. And here I am, cutting it into strips, then cutting those strips into lengths appropriate for vole guards. Like many of my ideas and projects over the years, I sort of made this up as I went, and, as often happens when that's your modus operandi, something that seems great in your head or on paper doesn't always work out like you thought. I ended up sticking with this for all of my trees, but at first it was discouraging. Holding the mesh together while weaving the wire through to hold together the ends of the mesh was fairly difficult and frustrating. I soon discovered, however, that I could get the mesh to hold itself together, at least temporarily while I dealt with the wire, by offsetting the ends and then folding the high side over the low. Doing the same thing in the opposite direction at the bottom cinches things up nicely. I only offset the two sides by 1 or 2 grid lengths. Each year I plant a few more trees. When I do this next time, I'll probably make the hardware cloth longer, perhaps 24 inches instead of 18, and I won't pre-bend the wire. I think if I leave it straight, I can just start at the top and weave it down through several holes. We'll see. Hopefully, this will be enough this winter to make next spring's first really warm, sunny day when I'm itching to get outside and a walk through the orchards seems like just the ticket, a lot less frustrating.